Alright, this is the damage report of me going to the skateboard park. As you saw, me and Xander went to the skateboard park again. I made a short video. We actually weren't there for very long. We were only there for 30-40 minutes. But I popped the shock cap off of my RC car probably 10-15 minutes in, and then I fixed that, and I got to drive it for another 5 minutes, and then I completely busted one of the rear shocks in half. Now, I've already kind of repaired everything off camera. So let's just get into this. So as you could probably tell, the rear of the truck is a lot lower than the front. As you can see, the front has more ground clearance than the rear does. That's because the rear has front shocks. Xander had some spare shocks and was kind enough to give them to me to run on this thing, but they are front shocks, so they're shorter than rear shocks. That's why the rear is so much lower to the ground. And I can run it like this, but I would not take it back to the skateboard park like this. So I need new shocks. I did this off camera and not at the skateboard park. I blew the ESC that was in here, so I'm running my Hobby Wing. I think it's a Hobby Wing ESC in here, and it's working well. But if I blow this ESC due to heating issues, this truck will be rendered inoperable until I can replace it. So I think that I'm just gonna go with replacement rear shocks and get the brushless motor so I can switch this ESC out along with this motor, because this motor is a 550 size motor. It's actually bigger than what was originally in here. What was originally in here was a 440 size motor, and I think when I went with a bigger motor, that's what's causing everything to heat up, because my battery's hot, my ESC's hot, and my motor's hot, and all of them are hotter than they should be and hotter than they were when I was running it with my regular 440 size motor. So that's kind of where I'm at and what I want to do. I do want to upgrade the shocks to something of equal quality to the front, because the fronts are aluminum and the rears, if I just get replacements, will be plastic. So eventually I do want to get Proline big bore shocks, but after that I want to replace the Integy shocks on the front with Proline big bores as well, because I want them to match. But after that, I really don't see there being any modifications I want to do to this other than if something breaks. Because if I break a suspension arm, obviously I'm going to get an RPM arm or an aluminum arm, something that's stronger than stock. If I break my transmission, I'll replace it with the Proline Performance transmission. But outside of that, I mean, if I break my shell, of course, I'm going to get a new shell. But after I go brushless and I get the shocks, there's not much else that I want to do to this thing. And a LiPo is just a battery. It's not it's not exactly an upgrade to the truck itself. It's just a better power source. And so that's kind of where I'm at with this thing. That's what happened, what's changed with it. So that's the damage report on the Traxxas Stampede. I will make a running video of it like this, because it looks different as it's driving along. So that'll be out soon. That's pretty much all I have to say. If you've made it this far, thanks for watching. And if you have any ideas on stuff for me to do to this truck, leave them in the comment section below, because outside of what I just mentioned, I don't see anything else that I want to do to this two-wheel drive Stampede. And that's pretty much it. As always, this is Wiley Riley, signing off.